Okay, Z. Today I really want to speak about how do you get clients. This is kind of like the number one most important thing on everyone's agenda. As someone who's been doing your own business for a couple of years now, what's your tricks?
I get this question very often, especially on DM.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find clients? Where do you find clients? What do you do to find clients? Because I don't really find them, but I let them find me.
Okay. Interesting.
So for me, it's all about attracting them rather than trying to reach and sell to them. And I'm not very good with pitching stuff. I'm not very good with calling or sending emails to potential clients, because I feel that demotivates you when you try to reach out and try to sell yourself. It's a bit desperate, in my opinion. It works for some people, but it never worked for me.
It works for everyone.
Yeah, it never worked for me. So I decided that I'm not going to put my efforts into trying to find the clients. Instead, I will just strategically find a way to be reachable for them and attract them using my content, using my presence online, using my work.
If you will have to tell people, what are your top 5 strategy to make client comes to you instead of you going to them?
I think number 1 would be to create a meaningful content and share that. And for me, that's something like a podcast, some kind of information that is valuable for your target audience and also available on platforms where your target audience is active the most. I don't believe in spreading yourself too thin and being present and active on all the platforms, but rather focus on 1 or 2 platforms which are really good for you. It can be LinkedIn, Instagram, or YouTube. But use those platforms strategically to capture the attention of your potential clients. That's number 1.
Okay. So I'm hearing target audience, and I'm hearing go to them where they are.
Yes, absolutely.
So how do you decide your target audience? Because people have a tendency to think of everyone is my target audience. Anyone who's willing to buy my service, anyone who have that dollar amount in their wallet is my target audience.
Well, I think I decided based on the previous experience and many mistakes that I did before. Just accepting anyone as a client, and now just being a little bit more cautious on who you take as a client. But for me, my target audience would be the people or companies, industries which I'm more interested in. So if I enjoy working with lawyers or restaurants or any other specific industry, that will be my target audience. And knowing that they will require my services and knowing what kind of their pain points that I can address. Especially because I have experience working with those industries, I have those case studies, I have understanding of the industry, and I have knowledge of how to approach them, from my platforms.
So let's go back. 5 things you do to make your client come to you.
So number 1, sharing valuable information in your social media or your online presence. Number 2 would be to be active and attend those networking events in your industry. It's a bit difficult for introverts like me, because I'm normally not the one who's going to come and approach people and, share my business card. It's very important to go to those events and basically not try to pitch and sell your services, but rather establish meaningful relationship.
I like that.
Establish meaningful relationship with your potential clients. And you never know, they might come back to you later in a year or 2 or 5. And they'll remember you because of the value that you provided to them during the short meeting that you had.
So valuable content out there on your favorable social platform, network with the intention of creating connections, not the intention of selling and pitching to them. 3.
You should also be very active online. And that means being active on platforms like Reddit and LinkedIn, where you can, connect with the industry leaders, where you can share your opinion or give advice to your potential customer. And that really helps to stay active. That really helps your visibility online. For sure.
3. Cool.
Nobody does it. It's optimizing your online presence. And by that, I mean optimizing your website with tagging, with keywords, with everything, optimizing your social media with right keywords. And the thing is, I know so many companies and so many freelancers, especially, who do a great job, but they never heard about optimization of their website. They have their website that never shows up on Google.
Yeah.
And they don't know why. So optimization is very important for anyone who wants to be out there and making sure that you use the right keywords that will address problems of your potential customers.
Because they are sitting looking for someone to solve out their problems.
Always someone looking for a social media agency. There's always someone looking for photographers, content creators, branding agencies. You just need to know the right keywords, the right way, how to show up on their search.
One thing I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to is there is always a work that you do now to get the client that you need now, because you need that to close that amount and you need that money for this month to pay your bills and whatever. But you should always work for what you're going to need tomorrow and the day after and the day after. And I think optimization is that. It's that game. It's like an infrastructure that you need to do it right, and you need to keep maintaining it in order to pay you back on the long-term in dividends.
Absolutely. That's the whole point of attracting the right clients, that will require patience, consistency, and willingness to do more. Instead of just trying to close that pitch, close that deal right now, this will keep you sustainable for a very long time.
I'll put myself hat, and I think I would say people need to have a mix of two.
Yeah.
Because you need that aggressive sales character to be able to close your deals now. But if you did what you're saying, you will always have your what we call your pipeline full. So you might need to be aggressive at the beginning just to secure those clients. But if you did both of them at the same time, you will start see the flow coming, and that's what happen. So what about number 5?
I think number 5 would be to not be afraid and take on speaking opportunities within your industry. There's always conferences. There's always workshops happening in every city, in every place, where you can sign up and just, discuss different topics about your industry, discuss different topics about your work. This will help you to maybe not get clients immediately, but to establish yourself as the expert and as the leader in your industry.
Yeah, it gives you a thought leadership.
Exactly.
Kind of.
So people will look up to you, to your advice, and they will listen to what you're saying. And this is very important when trying to close the deals. One more important thing which we forget to do is asking our clients for testimonials. A positive word of mouth goes a very long way.
Yeah.
So when we ask the client who had very good experience with us to leave a review on the website, or maybe do a short video for your social media, and this helps because people will choose you over other agencies where they see their peers recommending you.
Yeah. I am a big fan of testimonials, and especially Google ones, because you can actually fake that. For me, it's a big factor in deciding whether I'm using a certain service or not. And I also feel like companies who put more efforts into their Google account or their collecting testimonials on social media, I feel they care more, because if you had a negative feedback and you shared it on social media, they will be very careful. I think testimonials is very, very underrated.
But these things just require your consistency, just require, small efforts on a daily basis, which will help you to get the clients, which will help you to attract the clients and to attract the right people you want to work with. I think that's also very important.
Yeah. The world is so big. There is always enough client for everyone.
Absolutely.
But sometimes I feel like people are kind of, they're not fishing in the right place.
Yeah. That's what I keep on saying to people. There's abundance of clients. If there's someone reached out to me and I can just pass on this lead to another agency, I will not be losing a client. But there's always someone new who will come, who want to work with us.
I think it's a smart move sometimes to refer a client when you're not ready to take that client.
Absolutely.
If they are bigger than your current capacity, if you're already full and you can't take them, if they are not within your niche that you're focused on, I think you win. First of all, you don't ruin the relationship with the client. You also win a favor with the person that you refer them to. So I think it's a smart move to refer someone when you're not ready to take them.
Speaking of which, what would be a smart thing to do is to basically have a strategic relationship with the companies who are complementary to your service.
Yeah, that's very smart.
So, because this is where you can get referred by another company to do work. Yeah. Let's say you can have a relationship with a branding agency that will refer you as, social media content because the client will ask for this further in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Basically, in every line of service work, you can find those complementary companies who will work with you.
Yeah. At my line of work, I deal with a lot of clients who are work with agencies. And the first thing that my clients usually ask me for, can you recommend an agency, right? It's always the question, can you recommend a photographer? Can you recommend someone who does X and Y? And I love to connect, I love to connect people and I love to pass on that. But I'm also very careful of who do I refer my clients to, because when I give you a referral, I'm putting my name on the table as well. So
it might backfire.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very, very careful. And usually when I refer someone to an agency or to a company of consultancy of any sort, I usually go back to the person after a while and I check with them. It's how is the service? Are you happy? How did things work? And if they gave me a negative review, I never refer that person again. And some people make a living out of referrals, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's a win-win situation for all three parties: for the person who got referred to the right person, for the person who got the client without having to put a sweat into it, and for the person who connected both. But I think you have to be very careful of whom do you refer to who.
Yeah, that's your reputation on the line.
Yeah. I was, a couple of things.
I think we all had that.